Hello, welcome back. I am moist. I'm actually Adam, but I'm very warm. And we're playing Curse of the Dead Gods, seeing how far we can get with one life, one shot, general usual channel concept. I was just thinking between videos, I've done a pretty damn good job of speaking good recently, rather than opening videos and being like, blah and blah, and then you laugh at me for 5 minutes. But I've done an alright. Oh, this is Amelia. She is here. She was having a malfunction. What were you doing? Burping?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you were doing it covertly, but there's no such thing. No. So, we are entering the necropolis. Again, another 2-stage temple, if I can find the button. This will probably mean 2 episodes, because I can't get through these crazy quickly.
Which is fine. Take your time. Do it methodically, don't take unnecessary risks.
Absolutely, no risks, because, if you're unfamiliar with our channel, if I die, the series will end. We are seeing how far we can get in various games, with just one life. The people that are regularly tuning in, all 3 of them, thank you all, by the way, you're all fantastic, are probably sick and tired of hearing me say that, but otherwise, people are going to be like, what do they do? Well, the answer is, we try not to die, but every single time we will. The end. You see the secret route I just uncovered? Yeah. What's going to be in here? Nothing. So we've moved on in terms of we are now in it's very poison focused temple. Everything's tinted green. They're all based on primary colours. You've seen the. Are you going to look at me and say green is not a primary?
Yeah, I am. That's exactly what I was doing.
No, because they're all based on colours. If it's not a primary, why is it RGB, not red, yellow, blue?
Isn't it because the primary colours and the 3 light colours are different?
Elaborate.
I'm sure I learned this at school.
You are right. The primary colours are red, yellow, blue, because you can mix any other colour from those, but you can't mix those from any other colour. However, light performs differently, which is why I think if you mix red and green pixels, you make yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why it's RGB.
Yeah. I knew the answer. I was being difficult.
Well, you were testing me.
So that is amazing. That is sensible. But this is amazing. So 45% critical damage.
Risks?
If everything's dead, they can't hurt me.
That's a very Adam thing to say, and basically how you play every game ever. Like, defense? No defense for me, only power.
Well, the answer to how can I not die next time if I'm playing alone is normally just get good. Because if I'm doing damage to things and killing them faster, there's less opportunity for me to take damage. I have a really hard time picking up a shield in a game and actually playing defensively. I would far rather learn how to play offensively with some dexterity. I'm always the dexterity-based builds rather than the strength-based builds, so that I get that cheeky dodge in there.
Oh no! Stamina
right.
reduced
So
by
this
1.
one's a bit of a pain, but in bosses, this one's a real pain. But in the heat of combat, it's not so much of a problem because you get the opportunity to replenish your stamina just by killing something. That purpley thing on the floor will corrupt me, so I don't want to get hit by that. Bang. But what is very good about the don't want it. Oh. What is very, very good about the item I just got is that the end of every throw chain is a crit. You can tell a crit because it has the number in yellow.
Okay.
So you'll see bang 63, and we know crits will do how much percent more damage?
This is 45.
Pop quiz. Yeah, you passed. So 45% more damage, which is pretty good. And if I could break this wall, I could get in there and get all that.
But you can't.
Fat stacks of cash, but I can't.
You've done pretty well for money so far, though. You've got $1.5 grand.
Yeah, you don't need money as much in the earlier temples, as far as I'm concerned. It's a useful mechanic, but much like the light and dark mechanic, you never see me get my torch out and light something in battle. Which, when I first started playing the game, I thought it was what I had to do. Ow! So, because it advises you.
Yeah.
So I would look around and see what I could light in the room before I started combat, so that I could then take less damage. But now, you'll only see me get my torch out between rooms because it will highlight the darkness, as you can see, with the nice lighting effects we spoke about before. And it also shows a lot of traps. A lot of traps you can't actually see in the darkness until you've triggered them, or you're much, much closer. Whereas if I have a light out, a bit more of a chance. So, I'm going for the weapon room, in the hopes that I can find something a bit more exciting than my current stabbies.
Yeah. And maybe not the mace, because you've had that like 3 times now.
I'm going to go for the mace if the mace is there. Do you know why?
Because it's great.
Because I want to live. We haven't unlocked all of the variety, because obviously the variety means I need to unlock the... I got an achievement, but what was it? We'll never know.
That's weird, it's still doing it. They haven't
Yeah, I
updated
thought
that yet.
between sessions it would have fixed it. It's probably
Wait,
to do with my
Bug's gonna
setup.
get you.
Oh, bugs! I was looking for my phone because it
I
would have
have
told us
your
what the
phone.
achievement is. I must know.
Hang on.
I honestly thought I'd cleared the room, which is why I was just put the controller down and started looking for my phone.
I'm loading the Xbox app.
It's going to be something really exciting, like you killed your 100th enemy.
You got SA, which was you wrote 5 bestiary entries. Congratulations.
I don't know how you. Oh, I hate these teleporting guys. I don't know what the bestiary entries are populated by or for.
Maybe when you meet different types of enemies?
Yeah, maybe, but I've met more than 5. Ah!
No!
Focaccia! I love the bow. The bow is absolutely fantastic. I will take it, and we will beat this temple with fire. And it has the best affix for fighting bosses, as far as I'm concerned. 30% damage against elite champions and bosses, which means in the second half of the temple it will be good. So now I need to focus on upgrading this, and every shot that I shoot, because I'm going to fully charge it, will crit. Which means that I need to get things that scale off of fire damage, because this does fire damage.
Yep.
Crit damage, because obviously we're going to crit a lot. And something that will heal based on one of those two will be very, very well received. Mm-hmm. The one that heals based off of burning damage is actually the best, as far as I'm concerned, for getting through the temple. But when you get to the bosses, you've got nothing to kill. So basically you can't heal off of burning damage anymore. But as you can see, it's very powerful.
Yeah.
And this is going to help us absolutely sail through. Dodgy.
Yeah, you're doing good. Well,
Don't do it. Don't say that. But it's I like bows. We were talking about it before, but the archetypes that I gravitate towards in games are, hopefully I've graduated from the school of bow. The archetypes that I gravitate towards are dual swords, or bow, or like a dagger and a sword. Mm-hmm. That's generally what I end up playing. I'll always try out the various types in a game, but for my first playthrough, or my main character, if you will end up being bow or swords.
You'll be like the hunter, or you'll be the rogue.
Yes. Or like a general all-round assassin type build where you've got assassination from afar with a bow. Basically, every game I play, I'm a Skyrim stealth archer. What builds do you normally gravitate towards? I know the answer, but why don't you tell our wonderful viewers?
I like magic. So I like mages. Or a healer.
Why are you suddenly like a 4-year-old at show and tell? I like magic!
My name is Amelia, I like magic. I have bought my staff character to show you today.
You do like magic. I think, what is it about magic that appeals to you?
Oh, I like Harry Potter.
Is that really it? No, well, I can tell you why I like arrows, but why do you like bows?
I like bows, but I don't like bows.
I don't mean bows, I meant magic. I've got bows on the brain.
I think it's because it's fantasy based and it's not real world, and I play games to escape the real world, so stuff that makes it not the real world's cool.
Yeah, fair enough. I like magic that have really cool effects. I don't like mage builds where you are constantly out of combat. That's why I like, if I'm an archer, I would like to have a melee weapon backup, so I can use a bow from afar, and when they get close, I can whip out my swords and go stabby stab.
Go stabby stab, yeah.
Stabby stab. Mm-hmm. But in this game...
Do you stab with a sword? You slash with a sword.
You can thrust, you can slash, you can jab.
But do you stab?
It's thrusting...
I would say dagger stab.
You thrust and you slash.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a thrust and a stab? I think the stab
is like an up to down.
She's doing hand actions. They can't see.
Like an up to down is a stab, and a thrust is like an out to an in.
So when you hear of like, okay, this is going to get dark, but like a stabbing on the news, do you imagine that they're like Psycho? You've probably never seen the film Psycho, but like that action. No. So I think a stab is the result of a thrusting action. If I thrust my spear, I stab someone.
Or did
Benoit,
you spear someone?
can you help? Do you know? You're the most qualified. Can you please tell us in the comments, or anybody watching, what the difference between thrusting and stabbing is, and what actions a sword can perform? I'm interested to know. But normally it's like what we've been playing Open Morrowind, or we did play Open Morrowind. We haven't played it so much recently. Oh, boom! Poison ghosts boom when fire. Good fact.
Oh, have you got Boomy? You can go to a room.
I don't have a Boomy. My arrows aren't good enough.
Okay.
The Morrowind had 3 stats for every single weapon.
Yeah.
Thrusting, slashing. What was the What's the third one? I'm willing to just believe that. Just look up the stats of any Morrowind weapon. We might be able to settle it in video.
Okay. All right.
Oh, it's boss time. It's going to be witch time, which is which is easy.
Did you look up the name of this temple, by the way?
Yeah.
Was it Borobog?
No, of course it wasn't. They said it at the start of the episode.
Okay.
Right, let's beat MXucat the Witch.
Morrowind weapon. Okay.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm trying to look up the thing.
You got to I know you're concentrating on that, and I'm concentrating on this. Our commentary will suffer.
It's alright, we can do it. I'm just scrolling through pages now.
I do.
It's a chop.
A chop. Okay, so what's the difference between a... Actually, no, that would make sense. What's the difference between a chop and a slash?
I don't know.
Benoit, help! Oh, dear.
A chopping is something you do to vegetables.
Yes, but I could also slash vegetables.
I would say axes chop.
Axes do chop.
Yeah, I would say axe chop.
But what are you just benchmarking it on? Can it chop down a tree? Swords can chop.
They can, but I'm distressed by this.
I know.
I feel like the world is wrong. And
We'll. I'm sure there is a definition. We'll find out.
I mean, well done, because you did that really quickly.
Yeah, it was really easy. So next, I've got a powerful bow, and it's going to absolutely carry us through this temple. If I can get a bow in the later temples, we have a good chance of clearing the entire of normal mode.
Which will be, for us,
this.
what we're declaring a victory.
Yeah, absolutely. No hard mode in this playthrough. Maybe in the future, but I tell you, it'll be a very short run. So, I'm going to go for question mark, because I like the surprise. And then we've got a weapon upgrade, and then a relic, and then probably attribute. But I might actually not get any attributes and instead go weapon, relic, and then the final question mark room.
Okay.
Because the question mark rooms have the opportunity of being the best. They could be any kind of room. In our last ones, they are all health rooms for some reason. But, oh look, a health room. Not even kidding.
Nice.
But they have the opportunity of being the Dead Gods rooms. Dead Cells rooms, sorry. With the chest that can always guaranteed get me a cursed item, which is brilliant. Or they could be the money one. Did I just... What?
You keep...
It's because I'm restless!
I'm going to confiscate the cable, the earphone cable, because you keep putting your elbow on it and you keep tugging it out.
That is rich, coming from the person who always pulls it out of my ear.
I know, that's why I just very quietly do it.
Oi.
So I have a question.
Go on then.
If you...
Please, I could do without another existential crisis, so keep this question nice and simple, like how to cook an egg.
I'm sorry. If you get hit by an arrow, what are you?
Dead.
No. Like, if swords chop...
Acknowledge my humour!
Ha.
Okay, thank you.
If swords can chop and thrust and slash...
Amelia, if someone shoots you, you've been shot.
Yeah. And so what is the difference between... So, a arrow shoots you, is what you're saying?
No, an arrow doesn't shoot you. A bow shoots an arrow.
Yeah, and then so the arrow then kills you. What is the difference between an arrow and a tiny spear?
It's the propulsion mechanism. I'm actually going to make a compelling argument for this. I think it's a propulsion mechanism. If you shot the tiny spear from a bow, then you are shot by the tiny spear. Okay? If you shoot the tiny spear and it hits you, you have been shot by a tiny spear. If I throw the tiny spear, you've been impaled.
But you wouldn't be impaled by an arrow.
It depends if I've thrown it or not.
So
or just gone in... What's the game where you can actually just hit with the arrow? Monster Hunter. Melee Monster Hunter, you can, with an arrow, if they get too close, you can stabby them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you don't see me doing it because it's very ineffective. but you can hit with the arrow.
Cool.
But that's not... If I hit you to death with an arrow, I haven't shot you.
You see, I would say that being impaled would be something where you are, like, attached to an immovable object. Like someone was impaled... Like that woman in EastEnders that got impaled on her dishwasher.
Wow, where did that come from? That got dark. For those that don't know, EastEnders is a soap opera in the UK. I mean, she fell onto upwards facing cutlery, so she didn't got impaled by the dishwasher. She got impaled by... I went the wrong bloody way! Oh, you know what? It doesn't matter. Nothing matters anymore. Life is a lie.
I'm completely baffled.
I went the wrong way and I'm annoyed. No, she got impaled by cutlery, not the dishwasher. It's all semantics. Go on, more questions, please.
Okay, I need to think of some more important questions.
Do you agree with... Are you satisfied with my answer that it's all about the propulsion mechanism?
I will accept that, but I am not saying... I don't know whether spears impale. I think spears
Of course
stab.
spears... no. They can do both. Spears thrust, and the result of thrusting is either a stabbing or you are impaled.
Yeah, exactly. You just said the stab. Yeah. You just agreed with me.
No.
Yeah, you did.
I said spears thrust. I've been saying this all along. It's the result of... I don't need this. I completely forgot we were playing. The controller was down. I'm invested. I don't think so, because you don't... I don't think a spear... I guess it does stab.
Yeah, it does. It stabs.
But it's like a gun shoots.
Yeah.
But a spear thrusts, and it results in a stabbing. I don't know anymore. My life is a lie.
These are important questions we answer here on One Run Fun.
I don't understand. We had an
Why?
existential crisis at the end of one of the Breath of the Wild episodes. I can't remember what we were talking about. But it was very, very similar. And it just made me question everything.
Okay, so what we've decided is that the difference between an arrow and a tiny spear is the bow.
If I cook a cupcake.
Yeah.
Okay. God damn it, I'm just gonna get killed. If I cook like one cupcake, I have a cake. Right?
I don't know where you're going
If I
with this,
cook
but
12 cupcakes,
yeah.
I have cakes. Yeah?
Yeah.
If I have one loaf of bread, I have bread. If I have 5 loaves of bread, I have bread.
It's like the sheep and the sheep's is.
But
one sheep.
How do I
Many
have
sheep, still sheep.
But if I had different varieties of bread, I'd have breads. What is this language? This doesn't make any sense. I'm going away. Next time on One Run Fun, we're going to make breads. Bye.